Hello everyone, so let's just start our chapter number 4, the forces. So I'm guaranteeing you that this is one of the most easiest chapters in mechanics in SC Verma. What are you waiting for? I'm ready with my chalk and the duster, and you get ready with your book, notebook and pen. So let's just start and complete this chapter. You might be thinking, why am I in such a good mood as it is an easy chapter? You can't tell. Okay, everybody has written the chapter name. This is chapter number 4. So, first of all, in this chapter, what do we focus on? Let's get serious. So, we got to learn about forces. So, you can say there are 3 types. Okay, let's just first get an introduction. So, the branch of physics which concerns with forces is called kinetics, just like kinematics. Kinetics. Okay? So, this is the unit. We have completed kinematics in the last chapter. So, there are 3 chapters given in SC Verma which we are going to study. The first one is the forces. The second one, could you anybody guess? Newton laws of motion. Newton uncle has given lots of laws in motion. This chapter is focused. This is chapter 4. This is chapter 5. Chapter 6 is friction. So, definitely in a day as we are studying for, the questions will be mixed up with these 2 chapters as basically asked from your laws of motion. But as we are just solving this SC Verma here, they have tried to taught us, not try to go deep dive and etc. So here he has done that the Newton laws of motion has its own type of question, and friction has little bit consideration with Newton laws of motion and then all the questions. So we will understand these 2 chapters and we will go on. This first, let's understand this chapter named the forces, which is the introduction of kinetics. There are 2 branches, kinematics, in which we study about rest and motion, and kinetics, in which we study about force. So mechanics is a big branch. Okay, so let's just first say which topics we have to cover. The first one is, what is force? Second one, SI unit and there's a dimension. Let's just erase these for some time. Let's just come to our own case. SI unit, dimension, formula, and type of quantity about force. So these are just very interesting. Even 9 student studying in class might know, but still I want to do these. What next? Types of forces. Wow. And what about force? This is the last one. So knowing more about types of forces. These are the 4 things that we need to cover in this chapter. Now you just tell me the chapter is finished, then we got some questions were solved, and some objective 1, and etc. etc. So let's just start with what is force? Okay, so this is a very basic concept which will be used in next chapter. So you got to understand this. What is force? First of all, what is force? You got to ask this question when you're studying this chapter. So general way of doing this class is let's say there are 2 masses. Let's say this is m, let's say this is 2m. So if 2m pulls m or m pulls 2m towards himself, like a pull or push, there are 2 concepts. So there are these kinds of cases. There's this. This exerts here, this exerts here. This is mass m to m. Okay, so this is called force. But now we are grown up, and now we got to understand the definitions of force as grown up. So in our classes, the definition of force was when we pull or when we pull or push an object, then it is said that exerting force on projected force on the object. But this statement was true when we were before against the class 9. But not now. This is not. Now the actual definition of force will be very short and simple. Now you know simple. You just got to understand this. That it only is simple. So what it is force is an interaction between 2 or more objects. Now this is correct. This is wrong. Let's just learn this from our syllabus. That's what SC Understood has done. Okay. Let's just do it. So now this is clear to you what is force. You can understand it, whatever you understand, but the definition, actual definition according to the syllabus is this. So now let's just move forward and understand more things about force so that we get into the new topic which will be introduced to us in this class or in the class 11. tell me what is Newton. So 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg meter per second square. You can understand like this, so you can understand what will be the terms used in its formulas. And if you don't understand, let me tell you this. Force is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration. Now, which type of quantity is force? Yeah. Tell me. Is acceleration a scalar quantity? No. Acceleration is a vector quantity. So, force will be vector quantity. I think that this bunch of introduction about force was enough for you. And let me tell you which types of forces are we going to study. There are 4 types of forces. Gravitational force, okay, so these type of forces are the forces which we are going to introduce in this class. So gravitational force, the second one, electromagnetic forces. The third the third type of force, nuclear forces, and fourth type of forces, weak forces. Alright, so gravitational force, electromagnetic force, nuclear force, and weak forces. So we got to point out this thing that there is that was wrong, that I have done a spelling mistake. No, there are lots kind of weak forces, but not now. We will learn on these 3 kinds of forces in class 12. We only got to work on this in class 11, the gravitational chapter, gravitation. So I think that you could note this rough part down, although this is not rough, this is my good handwriting. So within some time you can note this part down. Okay, so the time was very much sufficient for you, so let's just resolve it. And now let's just first write its formulas, the type of forces. Take care of my board. So it says 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, so this doesn't look good. It should be like a very much. So let's just correct this and multiply Q1 Q2 by R square. Let's move the gravitational. This is equal to G M1 M2 by R square. And let me see seriously, I will cover this part. Also this part, you don't got to see this. This is like don't waste time. That means that you don't need to learn about these formulas. Formula wisdom. You will learn about it in class 12. As these are class 12 for J. So let's just focus on this. These two formulas, which type we need to remember from now onwards. This is gravitational force between two masses. Gravitational force between two masses of mass m1 and m2 and distance r. Distance. So you will find this line clearly in astronomy when you will read this. So G is gravitational constant. Now what else do we have? Electromagnetic forces. Okay, so I won't go in very much detail. Q1, Q2 are two charges. Pi is not is a constant. This is the distance. And 4 pi is also a constant. 4 pi. Pi is a constant, 4 is a constant, that means 4 pi is a constant, 1 is a constant. You don't need to know much more, as there is nothing more to be understandable. So looks like we have completed all this. Okay guys. So the chapter the forces is completed. Now what do we have? Yeah, you will have to solve questions at home. And let me tell you one thing, that the next chapter, which is Newton's laws of motion, is very important for you guys. Why it is very important? As we got to understand what we got to understand is we got to understand how to make FVDs and then equations of constant motion. We won't go into detail as it is not given in the book, but still we will learn what it is. And then what are Newton's laws of motion and what. So many questions based on constant motion. So just thank you for watching this video and bye.